I don't think there's any need to bring rating into this. So real time should be fine. Okay, let's do this. I've been getting my butt kicked in tactics, so I'm not sure I'm ready for a real game. Good luck to you as well, sir. Okay, let's go ahead and start here. C4. Ah. Oh. Actually, I wanted to try a certain line. Otherwise, I would just grab that, but let's go ahead and see what we can do here. This is known as the Catalan, unless I have already made a mistake. In which case, I don't know what this is called. Interesting. Okay, well, what about this? Seems a bit problematic here. Really? I don't know. Yes, this is throwing a wrench into my plans for sure. How about this one? Oh. Okay. Yes, I can't say I was expecting that one. Dangerous. Okay, if I take here, is this a pawn sack? I mean, I feel like this should be relatively safe. Pawn sack seems okay. Yep. Okay. So what do we do about this? Quite interesting. Yes. Yeah, that's true. Well, let's go ahead and avoid any of that nonsense here. I was looking at ideas like this. And then after recapture, this doesn't look so good. Yeah, we can play. I'm down to play. Definitely down to play all channel spectators. Okay. Yeah, I think I can just okay. This should be fine. I don't know about this one. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. Right. Yeah, that's probably not the best way to handle that, admittedly. But can we do this, or just want to kick the knight? Yes, I don't mind this too much. I have to figure out where I want this guy to go. Perhaps here. Whoops, not there. Here. Okay, maybe this is not a bad start. Oh, just realized what was going on there. But this should be fine. Yes, I noticed that. So, probably gonna go here. Okay. And then this should be okay, I think. Hopefully. Really? Oh, okay. That's pretty interesting. Yeah, this is gonna get dangerous, but fun. I think before we get into too many shenanigans, though, let's not get too crazy here. Let's see. Yeah, that's an issue, isn't it? It's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm just gonna have to do this. Oh, no worries. I'm not too worried about time quite yet. Really? I'm not sure if I buy this. Hmm. Yeah, I guess. I guess. I guess. Yeah, that's a valid point actually. Yeah, I may just be lost here. Hmm. Hmm. That's pretty funny. Oh shoot, that was good. Okay. Huh. I mean that doesn't work either. My defensive resources are not too promising, admittedly. But I mean, I have to have something, right? Um, maybe I can be annoying. Is this possible? Wait a second. Well, let's at least. Ah, I can't do that. What's the best way to do this? Okay, okay. I think I got it now. I got it now. Probably still losing, but at least I have a few tricks up my sleeve. Really? Well, can't be mad at that one. So I'm gonna go ahead and take what I can get here. Okay. A little bit of a trade down here. And okay. Not too worried about that one. I don't know if I should be worried about that one, but I'm not yet. So, I see. Oh, that's cute. That's cute. Oh, but it doesn't quite work. Okay. Yeah, this should be fine. This should be fine. Oh, that. That one. Hmm. Okay. Well, let's see what happens here. Okay. Am I okay? Am I still alive? Still alive. It's a good start. Yeah, unfortunately, that that does happen. Um, hmm. What do we do about that? Perhaps this is the best route here. Looks kind of ugly, admittedly. But okay, well let's see what we can do here. Yeah. Okay. Um this should be okay. This should be okay. Um this is probably a good start. Um Ooh, okay. Here. Whoa, what am I doing? What am I doing? I gotta be careful here. I think this is probably the most appropriate. Okay. And then, yeah. Actually, I can get a little bit more active here. Should be okay. Okay. Hopefully I'm not missing a tactic here. That would be unfortunate. Um. Mm, okay. What do we do here? Hmm. This is interesting. This is interesting. Can't give a check. Force a rook trade? This is yeah, this forces a rook trade. Yeah, I'm really not seeing a way for either of us to progress. So I guess the idea is rook takes, bishop takes, maybe even pawn takes, king takes, and we're just shuffling back and forth. Neither of us has a pass pawn. Um, yeah, I don't really see how we're. Okay, so we're doing this. Yeah, I'm not really seeing progress here. Yeah, I'll take a draw. I mean, it doesn't bother me. I was just trying to see if there was anything, but it doesn't really seem worth playing out. Yes, thank you, sir. I definitely appreciate it. Huh. That was interesting. I mean, I was definitely in trouble at some point. Why don't we go into some analysis, see where we could have improved. Request. Okay. You definitely had me on the ropes there. I was a few moves away from resigning for sure. Okay, so just at a quick glance, we can see that black had some sort of decisive advantage, but it slipped away relatively quickly. Let's check it out. So this is all fine. This is the Catalan. The idea is that white is trying to fianchetto his bishop early, his light squared bishop. He wants he wants black to take this c pawn, and usually white will place a queen on c2, knight on d2, and try and gain space with e4. So if you take this pawn here, and this pawn ends up coming to the center, white is basically trying to stake his claim in the center. But okay. So he didn't really take it. He tried to just start with an early pawn storm here. But when your opponent pushes this pawn, it leaves this weakness here. Now it cannot be kicked. So black has to deal with this situation here. And at this point, I felt pretty good, but I didn't really know what to do. The computer doesn't dislike our following moves up to move 14, but it appears as though I was the first one who made an inaccuracy. Yeah, I actually did feel that this was a bit questionable. Actually, I thought even moving the knight to d2 was a bit questionable, but yeah, the computer doesn't seem to mind it here. It just says it's even. So what do we do here? Trade some more down. This is fine. And now I'm losing. And this is the correct line, apparently. Yeah, I realized that I needed to defend this. So I saw this, and then I was like, oh no. After I move this knight, I can't recapture with it. So I think this is the correct follow-up for black here. So I had to capture with the pawn, damaging my pawn structure, but it's a nice little fortress around the king, so maybe this provides a little bit more protection. Trying to get my rook active. And yeah, I can't blockade this pawn immediately. So ideally, in a world where white has a multitude of moves in a row, I'd like to move my knight here and just blockade this pawn permanently. But because I can't do that, I just get slowly squeezed by this pawn inching forward. Maybe I should have tried to blockade with the bishop. Maybe that was more appropriate. But yeah, after this pawn push, I'm already realizing I'm in trouble. And I was looking at these ideas. So my next idea was to blockade the pawn this way and maybe follow up with these ideas. But I mean, this knight just plops himself in and it gets really uncomfortable. But maybe that was still better. Okay, so d2. Wait, let's see what the better moves were. So at this point, it's still equal, but after this, I am, wait, not quite. This is the move that cost me. So although I just grab a pawn, I am now down over 1 point worth of material. So it says the best move was knight takes e6. And that actually makes sense because perhaps I can blockade on the dark squares now. It actually makes a lot of sense. So blockade on the dark squares with something like queen d2, followed by pinpointing the attack with a bishop, maybe reinforcing with a rook. It's quite nice, should be. See what the computer says. Yes. And I guess this is even if you say so. I don't know about that. I don't think I'd try to play this out. I'm not that technical. But okay, back to the game. I'm getting squeezed. I try for some tricks. My idea was to push this pawn, maybe induce a take, and if he takes, then I have rook f3, and I can recapture, threatening to recapture in here, but he didn't really take this, so I can just grab this. And at this point, this is interesting. Where did our opponent mess up? So here he's completely winning. Here he's completely winning. It says our f1 was the best try. After this, it says best move queen takes b2. After this, it says white has an advantage. How does that work? And it's with this move, with this line actually. This is amazing. This is amazing. What is going on here? Computer is okaying all of our moves at this point. Wow. And now it's equal. What is this? That is amazing. That's amazing. Okay, and now we're just equal. Computer is cosigning all these moves, by the way. Excellent. Every move, we're just equal. No mistakes from move 24 on black's end to move 36 on black's end. Wow. Oh man, that's awesome. Yeah, definitely a fun game. Alrighty. Did someone else want to send me a challenge? Levance? This is great. This is great. I mean, although we both seem to miss some chances here. What did my opponent miss again? Not too sure. I guess he just missed this idea specifically. Wow. I didn't even think this was a sound idea. My idea was like, pawn takes, I don't know, something like this, and just threatening to take this. Maybe he still just takes, right? And then, yeah, I mean, hitting this, but I can't go too far due to my rook. This is interesting, though. It's very, very interesting. then at this point we're just... I mean, the fact that this is equal is just amazing. it's, it's really crazy. And notice the line. The line just pretty much remains equal. That's very cool. Every move, like even this subtle move here, like hitting the bishop. Okay, I bring the bishop back. Even these subtle moves were just equal. This resource here, like everything just happens to fall into place here. Notice that he has to trade because whether he trades by taking or by taking this way, because there are no other squares for his rook to move to. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean, I can fire up a link in Novice Chess here. Create a game. How does this work again? Play with a friend. Play with a friend. And we can do, let's do a 5. There's no need to bore everyone here. It's interesting when you're playing. I'm not sure how fun the longer time controls are when you're just spectating. The fact that we played like very, very equally in the in-game is impressive to me. So you can go ahead and click on that link and you'll be thrown into a game here. That was cool. Those resources, man. My in-game is terrible. Like I haven't trained in-game at all, really. But the fact that I was thinking of those and able to defend is quite nice. So I'm using OBS. This is my first time streaming with it. I'm not too familiar with it. On Twitch, like if I use XSplit, I can see how many people are viewing. The link is in the chat. Oh, okay. Let me just paste again. Oh, did I not go to it? What is going on here? Oh no, I joined my own game. This is ridiculous. Let's start a new game here. This is bad. Okay. I jumped out of Novice Chess, out of that link. So 5 minutes is good. And standard real time. Play with a friend. What am I doing? Okay, this time I will not exit. And check the chat. I'm just trying to see. Okay, cool. So welcome to new people, and much appreciated to returning viewers. I will definitely be trying to stream more often and create more content. Excellent. So I am black here. Let's go ahead and fire some moves off. Hello. Excellent. We are connected. All right, let's do this. Looks like we're getting into Sicilian land here. So we'll go hyper accelerated dragon. Oh, what is this? Not a Sicilian. Something else? I have no idea what this is called. Maybe this is a close Sicilian? I'm not really sure. Okay, so I can go d6 or I can go e6 right now. Let's go e6 for a very specific and bleh reason. It's not really a good reason, but okay. Okay. Gotta be careful. Gotta be careful. A lot of tricks. Yeah, I can just go back. No big deal. Yep. Yep, yep, yep. Hmm. Okay. This should be fine, I'd imagine. Okay. Yeah, but how do I do this? This is a good point. So now I'd like to just complete development here. There's no need to get too crazy. And because I'm up material, I have no problem trading down or even giving up a few pawns. It's no big deal. Yes, that's possible, I suppose. But yeah, now it's crumbling. Now it's crumbling. Yes, yes, yes. So I think I can just go ahead and take this. Um, eh. Not too sure. Not too sure about that. Trolling doesn't affect me, sir. I've been on the internet for far too long. Good try, though. Appreciate you. Um, hmm. So, I don't even know if I want to take this. Uh, hmm. I think I can just retreat and I'll be fine. A computer would probably take this. I like retreating though. I just feel like that's matches my style more. I don't know. At least right now. There are options for me to grab stuff later, but I mean I'm already up what 2 pieces, so there's no need to go crazy here. No, the problem with taking is there's a specific reason. So if I take and then queen takes, my opponent has these ideas, and then I have to try and figure out stuff. So I'd rather keep my dark squares protected with my own dark square bishop than give it up for uh, an inactive rook. This rook is not doing anything. So there's a method to the madness, so to speak. Um, how do I want to do this? Yeah. Hmm. But like I said, objectively, it's probably not an issue. It's just a matter of do I want to deal with the counterplay that white has. This rook is doing absolutely nothing to contribute. So, and meanwhile, my bishop is dominating the board. So it's a matter of the value of the pieces and whatnot. Yeah, I really need to get my pieces active and also play a little faster. So. But we'll definitely go over the game and see where both of us could have improved according to the computer. and according to just logic. So, I wish this pawn weren't here. It's a weird thing to say, I know, but oh, I might be getting my wish. No, there's too much pressure. I mean, I could probably do that. I mean, probably everything is objectively winning, but um, I'm trying to coordinate. um, Trying to get all my pieces coordinated. So yes, you can do that, but now I feel a little bit better. Yeah, I actually don't feel too bad about this. I'm a little cramped, but shouldn't be too much of an issue. Oh, okay. That's cute. But well, what do you do here? You got to go back, I think. Really? Really? I don't think so. This is it's not the way to go. No, this pawn doesn't go anywhere. Although it's a bit pressurized, it's never going anywhere. That's clear. So yeah, we'll definitely go over this and look into some ideas um, that could have been considered. So as long as I don't blunder, I should be should be relatively okay here. I'd like to push this, or yes, I'm pretty sure I'd like to push this. So let me just calculate. Hmm, 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 hmm. So here takes, and I just sack material back. Yeah, I could do that. Okay, let's just keep it simple here. There's no need to get too crazy. Even if I have to sack a piece or whatever, this is fine. I'm not worried about it. The objective here is to not only just nullify my opponent's attack, but kind of facilitate my own as well. Yeah. Can I pressurize this for a moment? This may even be stronger. To just double first. Because this isn't really going anywhere. This is not a good move. Yeah. Now, because my opponent's dark squared bishop is gone, I'm a little... Oh, you want to... Okay. Yeah, I don't know about that. There's all kinds of fun stuff to do here. All kinds of fun stuff, actually. Oh, I'm down on time. Whoops. Oh, that's unfortunate. Oh wait, I like this better. Okay, so I wasn't looking at the clock. Sorry about that. We should have given each other more time. But that was a good game nonetheless. We should definitely look at it. Some instructive stuff there. Good game, sir. Appreciate it. Okay, so we'll do a computer analysis, but let's just look at it from some general idea perspective. So, and someone who's stronger than me, who was just playing me? Samalama? Feel free to jump in and correct me here. This is All advice is purely from a novice perspective, but I don't think this is that good. This bishop c4. I think what you want to do is immediately attack the center with d4. So I think that's the main line Sicilian. I think maybe knight c3 is okay. I don't know. If you want to do like a closed. I'm not really familiar with the white side of Sicilian, actually. But this one is... I don't know. I mean, when you have this out... so usually in the Sicilian, I think the bishops are here, and you want to start pushing these pawns or something like that. I'm not too sure, but I think this bishop ends up becoming misplaced. So I guess White's idea is to pressurize this in some lines, and he was, but I don't know that his piece is ever coordinated to justify the positioning of this bishop. Could be wrong. So castles, and notice now you can never have this breakthrough because I'm just controlling this square too much. Oh, another line would be to play your bishop to b5. And the point of b5 is you're potentially threatening to chop my knight, damage my pawn structure, and maybe even then play a d4. You when you're in the opening, you want to focus on controlling the center squares here, fighting over the center squares. Fighting over the center squares, developing your pieces, and getting your king safe. So you got your king safe. That was good. But you failed to fight over the center. And then you dropped a piece in the beginning. So got to be careful. Got to be careful. So a lot of things that beginner players tend to do, including me, I still wrote myself in here, is one move threats. But what is this threatening? Like, what is this move doing? That's what I wasn't... Like, even if this bishop is covering, like, assuming this bishop is covering, what does this move do? That's what I wasn't sure of. And that's why I think this, like, even as a one move threat, this is not a move you should be working towards. So backing up, with this type of structure, what should you be trying to do? You could move your rook over to e1 with maybe ideas of playing e5 in the future. Fianchettoing your bishop this way, and maybe trying to dance your knight on a square for a moment and really get this in. Yes, the problem with not challenging the center in the opening is that you essentially become cramped. So you have less space, which means less area to maneuver your pieces. And I think that transpired a bit. Oh, you did get this in because you attacked my queen with tempo. So that was good. And then took... I don't know if taking is good here. Maybe necessary though. Yeah. Yeah, this is kind of messy. This is a bit messy. Yeah, you're already down a piece, but it's hard to make a suggestion here. Perhaps d5. D5 looks good. Point being, sample line. This is just not saying this is best by any means. Take, knight moves, king is naked. So say I did something crazy like this, you'd have to move in order to, black would have to move in order to avoid f4. Fried liver. I haven't played that in a while. I don't remember the specific line. But yeah, you got to be very careful when it comes to these moving your pieces twice in the opening. And um, yeah, generally at the beginner levels, they say don't move a piece twice in the opening unless you have to, and don't move a pawn more than you have to. So you want to really just develop these pieces. And is that a theme here? Let's check. So notice I'm continuing development. Getting my king safe. Boom. What is the point of this move? It's to develop. And dropped another piece. Actually, did I miss this a move earlier? I did. Even I missed it. So the reason you want to develop your pieces is because that's what you're using to fight. Those are your tools. So if you attempt to fight or attempt to, go for these one move threats in the opening, you run the risk of not having adequate attack. And usually, if your opponent is working towards development and you're not, things are not going to look so great for you. So really, you just want as much of your army in your attack and or defense as possible. You don't want this situation where your rook is like not doing anything. So notice like even this queen move is attempting to connect the rooks. And that's often a signal of completed development once your rooks are connected. And notice your rooks never really saw each other. This rook is completely out of the game. Let's do a quick computer analysis. And you actually gained a space advantage. Notice your pawn is kind of in my territory here, but because you were down material, I was able to break free of that, so to speak, and even offer up a pawn temporarily in order to gain some space. Right, so at this point, it's already questionable. Yeah, I definitely missed this knight. The computer is actually okaying the fact that I didn't take the rook. No, oh, sorry about that. Notice, it's not saying this was a blunder. That's important. So something like, so something like this takes. I mean, this is just a problem. I'm just asking for a problem here. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's probably still winning. Don't get me wrong, but it's just not fun when you have to try and deal with these dark square weaknesses, and your opponent has a dark square bishop and a queen like aiming at your dark squares. It's not fun. So yeah, f5. It just looks very. It's not my type of game. I don't want to play that. Like I said, objectively, probably completely winning, but not my style. Computer tends to agree, so I'll take it. I'd rather just complete my development, which I still haven't done here, and yeah, computer doesn't like some of my moves, but okay. And at this point, okay, computer likes d5, just trying to get some space and make it happen. It didn't like this, but this was a blunder because of this. Reintroducing the threat of bishop takes. And at this point I was like, well, this should be fine now because my opponent doesn't have a dark square bishop. I mean, even if queen takes, I can just tuck my king in, worst case scenario, and yeah, there's all kinds of fun stuff. I mean, whoops. Here, and this check is probably a thing. So, yeah, there's definitely some fun stuff here. All right, I appreciate the game, Levance, and definitely wouldn't mind playing again soon. If anyone would like to see me get beat up in Bullet, I'll probably do that, but then I have to go relatively soon because I have work later tonight. So, I guess I'll go ahead and create a game here. When it comes to Bullet, I'm terribly slow. So I'll definitely be putting up some more content on novicechess.com. Feel free to check me out there. And I do not know how to play this at all. He has to take here, right? I mean, I can't imagine any other move. Maybe knight takes. Okay. What am I doing? What is going on here? What is going on here? What is going on here? Oh, shoot. What is going on here? Do you guys see this? In the Benoni? I don't even play the Benoni. Or, sorry, Binko Gambit. Sorry. Oh my gosh. That game was not reflective of my average performance in Bullet. I promise I get beat up. Okay, so since he didn't really want to get into it, oh wait, let's abort this game before we jump into something else. So, although it was only 12 moves, let's check out some of the ideas here. So Binko Gambit is basically black offering up a pawn in order to accelerate development and kind of force white to make some otherwise unnatural moves. I don't even know if I'd call it unnatural. Because as white, I usually like to fianchetto my bishop anyway. I like playing English. So let's just go forward a few more. So the idea is if you... Oh, can we do analysis here? The idea is if you take... I recapture. Now you can't play this move. Can't play e4. Because if you play e4, take, and now you can't castle. So I have compensation for the pawn in the form of white not being able to... Not only not being able to castle, but he has a harder time completing his development. So... And like I said, I do not play this at all. I don't know anything other than what I just said, or not much more, I should say. And so what white usually does is develops the knight, maybe fianchettos the bishop this way, so he can still castle, and that just takes a little bit more time. And that's at that point, I think it's there's much less compensation than the line I went over previously. But this, he declines the gambit, gives the pawn back, but I still have the same idea. My point is, I don't want you to castle, so I'm going to try and hinder your development as much as possible. So he takes, because if he didn't take... Actually, the other thing I was looking at was just developing the knight. But then you still have to do this. It takes some time, and that's the whole point. So, okay, he takes, and after this, I was like, wow. Wow. Really, all you need to do is castle. There's nothing more. This is a one... Sorry, this is a no-move threat. This is not even threatening anything. But his response, not only did he break a fundamental rule of, beginner opening principle, which is don't move the same piece twice, he moved it in such a way that caused him to not only lose the ability to castle, but set himself up for a checkmate. Really, probably one of the worst moves on the board. So yeah, remember, when you're trying to develop, don't move the same pieces twice if you're still learning openings, from like opening theory, opening principle perspective rather, and right. So just if we look at the fundamental reasons behind not moving pieces twice, it's because you're spending more time to move a piece you've already developed, and not only are you wasting time doing that, that time that you could have spent could be spent developing a piece. So imagine, I don't know, like here castling is just clearly the move, but look at this. Not only does he waste time, he's blocking in his own bishop. So he's hindering his development. So he's going to have to move this again, assuming none of these threats were here. He's going to have to move this again somewhere. It just wastes a whole bunch of time. Meanwhile, I can just go ahead and develop, maybe fianchetto my bishop, castle, and I already have a ready-made attack with this pawn push. Black's plan is pretty straightforward here. White missed the marker. All right, let's go for one more where I'll actually get beat up. Let's go for this guy. I'm gonna go ahead and go with an English here. Try and play relatively quickly. He's got to back up. Oh, okay. Really? Pretty sure this is just a pawn for no reason. And I'll go ahead and do this. Take a pawn for free. Take this for free. Here I would like to capture this. Here. Oh, let's go this way. And then here. Oh, this gives up a pawn. Accident. It's hard. Bullet is hard. Is there any threat happening or? Yeah, probably should be careful here. Relatively careful. Okay, this should be okay. Ah, queen trap. Excellent. And this is an issue. There's a pin here. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and just this is it. This is it. And that should be mate. Alrighty. Oh, he wants a rematch. I always try and give a rematch. Okay, maybe not always. Really? Yeah, this is lazy. I don't know. Okay, let's see if this actually works here. I'm not buying it, but maybe it'll work. Oh, this does work. Ugh. Yeah, I gotta move. Fast. I gotta move fast. Yeah, I mean, he can do all that, but okay. Threatening mate. Threatening this knight too is probably good to take if he avoids mate. He doesn't avoid mate. Alrighty, good game, sir. Good game, sir. I have to go. I would definitely play more, but I do have to go to work and sleep. So I'll definitely be doing that. Any last takeaways from this? It's too aggressive. This is not fundamental. Although the way I played it, he was probably justified. And after this, the thing is, if I had taken with this pawn, it's just game over, right? So check. So I had to recapture with this pawn in order to allow an escape square. Luckily, my knight is ready to defend this pawn, so it slowed his attack down a bit. And then I thought after this and takes, yeah, oh, I guess he didn't have anything. I was seeing like a ghost here where he could do this, but of course I just recapture. So yeah, he needs to be careful of the mate. There's also this threat, also this threat. It's oh, I want to see what the computer says about this, because I feel like white probably had something there. I didn't feel too confident, but maybe I'm just imagining things. Take earlier? Where? At which point? Oh. Oh, I totally missed this. Yeah. Very sloppy. Very sloppy. I missed it before move 8. This is this is very sloppy here. And his knight has nowhere to go. Oh, no, no, no. You definitely don't want to do that. For example. Oh, yeah, I guess I could do that. Not so sure what I'd do here. Yeah, I think this just loses. This should lose on the spot. Knight takes, definitely don't want a knight takes. Knight takes, boom, boom, boom. And good game. It's not really a way to avoid this mate. It's pretty brutal. Oh yeah, no problem. That's definitely something to be aware of. This knight takes is but both of these are scary. You don't want to take these. The yeah, it's not fun. So just continuing development. Yeah, and at this point it's saying he's winning, or at least an advantage, maybe not winning. Here, check, forced. Okay, and this is wrong. So this move was the blunder. It says the best move was b3, just stopping any nonsense, which makes sense. Makes sense. Oh, let's see the sample line. b3. Yeah, I was thinking c4 to just break up these pawns here. Also, there's if you consider this takes and then takes, if this knight ever goes somewhere, this queen move looks not so fun for white. Where I'm hitting. Sorry, let's just do a sample line. Something like this. What? Something like this, or even if knight takes, something like this. And I think you have to immediately challenge my queen here. I'm not too sure, but there are ideas of discoveries here. It's really not pretty. So if you could imagine my knight here converging on this, queen, rook all converging on this, doesn't look so nice for white. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of tricks that don't seem so fun. But I definitely had to make sure white's attack was nullified here. And I think this is also another lesson in development. I mean, although it looks kind of scary, and yes, if you don't know the ideas, it can be scary. White is just not developing his pieces here. I mean, look at this bishop, look at this knight, look at this rook. Um, you're not gonna just you can't use magic to mate. I mean, unless someone doesn't know. But if someone just sees this and says, "Okay, I know what this is," you're not gonna just magically mate my king. I'm just gonna nullify your bishop, um, nullify your queen, and create an escape square, which is what this does. So your queen is not getting anywhere productive after this move here. So this is fine. This is fine. Maybe if he spent more time doing a pawn storm with this threat, then maybe he would have had something. But even then, I can just escape, and then it's, yeah, nothing too crazy. Not to mention I have this idea, like pawn push, knight up, and then I'm just threatening mate here and the queen. And it's, I don't know. White's attack kind of just didn't really do anything. Okay, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Novice Chess. Feel free to check me out on YouTube, Novice Chess. And I'll be announcing my site officially soon. All right, I appreciate you guys. This is Jose, PhD, RX, Levance, Logically Compromised. Is there anyone else? Was there anyone else here? Everyone who is either here now or has been here, I appreciate you guys. All right, and I'll catch you guys next.